Hey everybody, thank you so much for watching. This is my first attempt at doing videos like this. I have a feeling that over time the production value is going to really improve, so it's going to be fun to look back at them over the course of a couple of years. It's my goal in these to provide you with as much condensed information as possible. I really can't stand videos that say in 10 minutes what they could say in 2. I want to be respectful of your time. So onto that, we're going to start with the national market, and then we're going to work our way down to the local market. So onto the national market and how we got here. We are currently exiting what was a pretty significant decrease in sales. They were down almost 20% over the last year. From 2020 to 2022, we saw unprecedented sales and appreciation, and we took a pretty significant dip in the last year or so. The reason was interest rates. We had inflation that was going out of control, so the only thing the Fed could do was raise interest rates. They went from 3% in July of 2022 to 8% in October of 2023, which dramatically affected affordability of homes. Right now, they're settled in the mid sixes, so it's not exactly where we want them to be, but it's a lot better than it was. So looking ahead on the national market, and this is the fun part, sales are expected to rise between 12 and 15%, so it's not going to be what it was in 2021 and 2022, but it's going to be a lot faster. Interest rates should remain relatively flat, although they'll probably dip shortly before the election. I'm sure no one remembers that we have an election this year. Appreciation is going to be fairly modest because the interest rates are still high, therefore monthly payments are a bit inflated compared to what they were when they were 3%. And to be perfectly frank, we're never going to see 3% again. But if we get under 5%, then it's going to really ignite the market more. We're going to have a very, very busy spring. The fall is going to be quiet just because nobody does anything before an election. And then in December, things are predicted to pick up quite a bit again. So it's going to be interesting. There's a real challenge for first-time buyers, especially if they wait into the spring, because they're going to be dealing with sellers who are cashing out on all the appreciation that they had on their previous properties. So if you're a first-time buyer, it'd be a really good idea to start looking. So on to the DFW market. This is why you clicked on this video in the first place. I'm going to read this in reverse. In 2020, median sales prices were 293,000, which was up about 6% from the previous year. In 2021, they went all the way up to 346,000, which was 18%. 2022, 400,000, which was 15.6%. And then last year, they took a little bit of a drop because of interest rates. It went down only 1.3%. Compared to the national market, that's just a little drop in the well. And if you look over the course of 4 years, median sales prices are still up almost 35%. I don't think we're ever going to see anything like that again. And quite frankly, I hope we don't. Prices certainly fluctuate with interest rates, and they did in this case too. Looking ahead in DFW, and this is also the fun part, DFW is predicted to be the #2 market in the United States outside of Austin. So it's going to be a really, really good year. Appreciation is probably going to remain modest. I don't want to really take too deep a look into my crystal ball here because you just don't know. The real X factor with everything is inflation. If it goes back up, then interest rates are going to go back up. But it should be a decent, just average Texas year for property appreciation. Now, remember, all real estate is local, so certain areas are going to do better than others. Like I said in the previous section, March through July is going to be a really, really robust market. But if you're a first-time buyer, you want to get started as soon as possible. Right after that, when it gets super hot out, no one buys homes anyway, and it's going to be really quiet this fall due to the election. Just so watch out for that. But in December, it should pick back up again. But also, if you're really, really looking for a deal on a purchase, the fall might not be a bad idea to wait. So that's pretty much it. I want to thank everybody so much for watching. I promise the production value will improve on this over time, and I'll figure out a way to get some artwork on my walls behind me. Have a wonderful day, and let me know if you ever need anything.